Wouldn't you like to be able to release your creativity to the maximum? Having the opportunity to grab a camera and simply let your mind fire up with creativity, wouldn't you just love to be able to capture all of the ideas that run through your mind on film? To practice the ability to tell us stories for when you shoot. To have to think about everything, thinking about every move, scene by scene, from the romantic setting of a gentleman giving roses to a lady, to anything as simple of an idea as capturing the essence of winter. It's all about how you tell the story through the eye of the lens that makes you a good filmmaker. The Humanities Communications Art Department at Norwalk Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces you to television's future writers, directors, and personalities. And now join our host, Justin Gentile, to meet the new directors.
Thank you for joining us for today's edition of The New Directors. All the people involved with this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling audio, operating cameras, and acting as talent for the first time today. The guests you're about to meet are students who are not on camera or behind the scenes, working hard to bring this program to you with as few mistakes as possible. Each student will write and direct 3 different productions. This program will give them the chance to talk about themselves, the productions they are planning, and give you the chance to get to know them and watch their progress throughout the semester. Our guest today is a new explorer in the area of filmmaking. She is not only interested in creating work that are appealing to the eye by their composition, but also how the importance of the story is captured on film. We would like you to meet today's guest, Heather Molina. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. When you were growing up, did you often use a camera to capture film at special moments?
No, not at all. Our family wasn't really into filming every moment of our lives and, getting my first step on camera or anything like that. They were more like into pictures. I have tons of pictures of when I was growing up, when I was a baby, just like my birthdays and stuff like that. But they never really wanted to film anything. When you film something, it's basically like you're standing out of the action, looking into something else. So I guess nobody really wanted to, be a part of what was going on, just to film. So I don't really have any kind of tapes to look back on in my childhood or when I was growing up or anything. But the latest tape I did was for my brother's birthday. He had a really bad day, and I planned a surprise for him. I called his friends and I told them that it was his birthday, and just like if we could all get together and just like go bowling and do something like that he would enjoy and that will like fix his day, because he was really upset about the whole day. So we planned that, and I drove him to the bowling alley, and then he saw his friends there and he was really excited, and we were filming, so he was happy that he was going to be able to look back on it later on. And his friends were just making him feel better, and at the end of the night he was thankful because it really fixed his birthday. He had so much fun bowling, even though he didn't win, but it was a great time to spend together with our friends, and just having the chance to film it. We were all taking turns with the camera so that nobody would feel excluded or left out or anything like that. And it's funny because you can tell like when the camera changes from person to person, because sometimes it shakes more than other times. And it was just a very fun time. And afterwards, I grabbed the camera and I was shooting my Christmas tree because I realized how beautiful it looked this Christmas. So I just wanted to get that on tape too, and I hope to film it when Christmas is actually here, just to get everything on tape when we're opening the presents and everything. Just to keep filming everything so that we have a collection of videos. We didn't do it since I was younger, but we can do it now. It's not too late to start. So.
Sounds interesting. Could you tell us why you decided to take the TV production course?
Well, I was always interested in TV, just how everything worked. In high school, I took a course. It was TV Production 1, and we were just like doing little projects here and there, and it wasn't anything like really special. And I know that in college the level is completely different, the requirements are different. So I wanted to take a college course of TV production where I would be able to experiment more, learn more techniques and more of the basics, and just have like strong, bases on everything, so that I would be able to move on to further projects and stuff like that. So that's why I decided to take the course.
Sounds interesting. What are the most useful things that you learned in your TV production course?
Well, I've learned a couple of things. Composition is one of the most important ones, I think. I never knew that everything you film has to have an appealing just composition, so that people don't get bored when they're watching something. Just the framing, just how to get a different shots that are just not boring, exotic and just different. So I learned that, and I also learned editing. Just we're using a different software, so I had to start to learn everything from scratch, and just different, buttons that you have to press and stuff like that. So it was I had to learn everything over again. And we also learned about planning. Everything you do has to be planned, because if you don't plan, then it's a mess. You just really need to plan before you go out there and shoot, because let's say if you're editing and you realize you don't have a shot, then you have to go back and reshoot everything, and you have to set up everything the way it was before, because then it doesn't look like it belongs in the video. It's just planning was really important too. I never planned anything when I was shooting, and now I do, because it's really important to do. So
Interesting. And you had 3 productions that you created in the TV production class, the Sequence, the Campus Story, and the Fall Foliage. Why don't you tell us about those?
Well, starting with the Fall Foliage, it was really a project that I enjoyed. I took the camera and I was just shooting and just trying to really capture the essence of fall, and just trying to show how different nature looks when it's fall. And I really enjoyed this project. Just trying to get different shots. I knew everybody was doing the same assignment, so I really wanted to get exotic shots and shots that other people wouldn't think of. And I really enjoyed that project. It was really nice just being out there and getting different shots of nature and stuff like that. And then for the Campus Story, I had to do a lot of planning. You have to storyboard everything you do for this sequence, because it's just crazy. If you don't plan, then the story doesn't make sense, and you just really want to make sure that the story is a good story and that every shot is there for a reason. So I planned everything, and just, I thought I had a good story, and I just feel like it was a good project. The Sequence was more about capturing motion and just making sure that there's a continuance in every shot, making sure that every shot is related to the shot before, and that it makes sense, everything flows. So I used my friends for that project, and they were really good actors, and it really helped me out, because I had to keep shooting, the same motion over and over again to make sure that I could connect them at the end, so that they would make sense. And yeah.
And I know you had a project that you felt was your best. Why don't you tell us about that while we watch the video?
Well, I thought all of them were really good. I mean, there's no project that I put more energy into than any other, but I had to choose one, and I chose the Fall Foliage. Like I said before, everybody had the same assignment, so it's not like you can do a lot of different things with nature, So I just felt like I was sure that I didn't want to have the same shots other people had, so every project looks the same. So I just wanted to go out there and just do try to get different perspectives on everything. Just trying to, I tried climbing up a tree and getting a shot from up there, but it didn't work out. But I was just trying to figure out different things, filming ducks and stuff like that, and just making a nice project, making it really capture the essence of fall. And when it was blended with the music, it all made sense, and I really liked that project. I had fun doing it. It wasn't something that was just frustrating or anything like that. It was really nice, and I like it, and I will keep that video and look at it later. I don't know.
After learning to shoot and edit all these projects, what do you hope to create next?
I really want to work more on the basics, just trying to get the basics down, make sure that I just know a lot of techniques and stuff like that before I move on to other projects. But I definitely want to work on maybe music videos and just trying to film and edit, and also working on documentaries. I think that would be an interesting project. I mean, something new to look forward to in the future. It's something that I would want to do.
Sounds interesting. Thank you. Today we got to meet someone who has shared the beginning of her experience in the area of television production. As a new TV director, she hopes to apply what she has learned at NCC to further ahead and begin herself involved in more complex people in filmmaking. She also plans on applying the knowledge gathered from the Television 1 class to possibly edit documentaries, music videos, or other types of projects in the future. We wish her the best of luck in her future goals of the career in television industry, and we hope to speak to her again. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.
No problem. Have a good day.
This has been The New Directors with your host, Justin Gentile, directed by Bradley Zack, and I'm your announcer, James Millette. The New Directors is a Norwalk Community College student production.